Said I feel brand new. Feel brand new. Yeah, I'm wound up into me, step up, I've been waiting all day. Into the game like I'm wearing warm-ups, nah, I don't play. Born with a curse, fake rappers in my universe, that's sway. Man to the game, so if you catch me with a stack, that's bait. Woo! Usually rhyming is where you can find me. Ain't no rowing team, but the crew behind me. Fake friends kill me, but the truth revive me. Winning despite the fact you despise me. All I do is rep the homies, homie. I don't listen to birds, you gotta show me. You ain't talking money, then you talking cheap. We a pack of wolves and we gotta eat.
Yeah, feel brand new, feel brand new, feel brand new. Me and my crew, feel brand new, feel brand new. So we feel brand new, feel brand new, feel brand new. Me and my crew.
All we ever do is thunder up. We hit the stage, we ready to rage, we thunder up. Thunder up. Stay in your place, we get in your face and thunder up. Thunder up. We hit the stage, we ready to rage, we thunder up. Thunder up. Stay in your place, we get in your face and thunder up. We gonna thunder up. Open the door, let me tell you what it's in for. Had enough for my old friends, yeah, I just knew that I wanted more. They was too concerned with what they wore, meanwhile I was running up the score. Now I hear where I land, homie, you understand, I bring thunder like I'm Thor. Called moms up and I swore she gon' get everything she praying for. Nowadays she be laying out cause them bank accounts, yeah, they offshore. You ain't down with your surroundings, then you gotta change your decor. Staying hungry like a carnivore, we don't go to sleep, we just go to war, man, y'all don't get it. Yeah, we did it, legendary, can I get a witness? Couldn't afford to keep the lights on, look at us now, homie, we the littest. Don't you forever get your beginnings. Never let the drive diminish. And on the way when you lose people, don't repent, homie, just replenish. Yeah.
Feel brand new, feel brand new, feel brand new. Me and my crew, feel brand new, feel brand new. So we feel brand new, feel brand new, feel brand new. Me and my crew.
Nothing you can do when we thunder up. We hit the stage, we ready to rage, we thunder up. Thunder up. Stay in your place, we get in your face and thunder up. Thunder up. We hit the stage, we ready to rage, we thunder up. Thunder up. Stay in your place, we get in your face and thunder up. Thunder up. Yeah, thunder up. Thunder up. So they feel brand new. Thunder up. Thunder up.
Right, first things first, don't panic. I did slightly strain my adductor again today. I worked up to around 215 kilos and then I felt it get very tight in my adductor and I thought I should probably leave it there, but I decided it's not painful, it's just a little bit tight, so I went for 225 kilos and then in hindsight probably shouldn't have done that and then it got quite tight. Again, not really painful, but it definitely sort of felt like it was kind of grinding and popping a little bit. And now it's just generally feeling quite tight now that I'm home. But I didn't therefore go for 235 kilo, which would have been a personal best. That's kind of what I was aiming to do today. But Matt did make the very good point that with his programming, he often will put a number out there as like a potential top set. So I don't always go for the 235 kilo. In this case it is just add 10 kilo or add 2.5 to 10 kilos if it's available, if it's there on the day. Obviously sometimes my ego gets the better of me and I'm definitely one of these people that I like going into the gym and it's not necessarily ego, but it's like I just want to better myself. So each time I go into the gym I just want to do better than I did before. So obviously the aim was to get 235 kilo. That was kind of the carrot dangling in front of me. That's the sort of analogy Matt used. So I was obviously chasing after that carrot and chasing after it so much so that I was kind of neglecting how my body was feeling or not listening to my body. And that's something I really need to learn, that if I'm having a bit of an off day and things are feeling a little bit tight, the whole idea of the program that I've got is to then use the smaller increments so I'm not jumping up and potentially going for a personal best. Obviously the personal best is the best case scenario if everything's feeling good, but obviously today I wasn't feeling good, so I shouldn't have been going for those bigger increments. But that's where I think, yeah, it's an element of ego, I'll admit that, but it is also the fact that I want to constantly do better than I did before. I think that's something that's kind of ingrained in powerlifters a little bit, is you always want to do better and what is the next milestone but I need to just, I mean, I should know better. I've been training long enough to know that if it's kind of not feeling right on the day, then I need to just tailor that. But yeah, I didn't do that today, and I've sort of come away with a little bit of a strain, and I'm just really hoping it's nothing serious. I'm trying not to panic, like I say. I just need to make sure that I'm doing a good bit of recovery and rehab over the next few days. And it's annoying because I have been doing that. I've been doing a lot of recovery, rehab, getting my steps in and doing all of that sort of stuff. So that's why it's really frustrating that my body just can't seem to keep up with my training at the moment. So again, I just need to look after my body and maybe be a little bit more sensible when I'm in the gym. But anyway, let's forget this session. Blank slate tomorrow. I'm just gonna finish up the evening with some of my great grandma's stew. Which always puts me in a better mood. Oh my god, that is banging. I made this a few weeks back and I kind of tweaked the recipe. You just can't beat this. This is the original recipe. It's literally just beef, vegetables and stock. That's it, but it tastes amazing. So I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling a little bit sorry for myself today. My doctor is feeling a little bit painful today, like walking upstairs and stuff. I can really feel it. My lower back has decided to start playing up as well today, so just feeling really stiff. And I feel like I've got a little bit of a cold on the way. So just generally feeling a little bit run down and feeling sorry for myself. But luckily my dopamine levels have risen slightly because my impulsive retail therapy purchase has arrived. And that is some Perform whey protein. So I ran out of the carrot cake flavour not too long ago. So I wanted to get some more because I really like the flavours of the Perform, but I am interested in trying a different flavour. So I've got the key lime pie flavour. So you know what's coming next, a taste test. Now I am a big fan of lime flavoured things in general because I just find it's something that I can have quite a lot of and not get too bored, hence why I've gone for this flavour. So I am really intrigued to see what this is going to taste like. I think we've got to go 2 scoops, haven't we? Strain Supinator, another thing to add to the injury list. Right, taste test. That is really nice. The lime isn't too powerful, which is kind of what I was worried about. Sometimes with really sickly proteins, you get a bit bored almost of it, and you kind of like dread actually having it because it's like really sickly. But that I can see myself having quite a lot and not getting too sick of it. So that's really good. It's got a bit of a creamy aftertaste as well. It's kind of got that like buttery biscuit like feel to it as well. Almost like a key lime pie. Yeah, that literally just tastes like lime cheesecake. Beautiful. So, got a Nocco BCAA drink that came free, so I'm not really interested in that. But I also got some Prolific pre-workout. So I've been using Ghost for ages. And I've got this mainly because Ghost was out of stock on Protein Pick Mix. But I thought it would be interesting to actually try a different pre-workout because I've not used a different pre-workout from Ghost for a very long time. So when I next train, which is tomorrow, probably not tomorrow because I'm not going too heavy, but maybe on Friday. What am I doing on Friday? When I next train heavy, I'll give you a review of this. Last training session of the week. I decided not to train yesterday and give myself an extra day's rest because my adductor is feeling a little bit worse than I anticipated. So literally walking upstairs, getting out of bed, anything like that, it's just still quite painful, which is really annoying. But I'm going to go into the gym and do a thorough warm-up and maybe attempt a squat and just see how it feels, test it out. But literally if I get any pain, even with the bar, then I'm just going to pack that in. But as for the rest of the session, I've got bench and accessories. Not really a good enough reason to try my new pre-workout, but I have just given it a little sniff test. and it smells incredible. It actually reminds me of these bad boys, and I'm probably showing my age a little bit with these, but these are Pez's. They used to come in a little tube, and I used to have them as a kid, and the moment I smelt that, it took me right back to having these as a kid, so I needed to get some and do a little test to see if the smell is the same as the taste. Okay, so I've got myself a little palate cleanser. I think I'm probably going to start by trying a Pez, and this is, I think, a cherry flavour. This is a black cherry pre-workout, so kind of makes sense. So let's give this a go, and then we'll compare it to the pre-workout. Oh, it takes me back. They're pretty good. Bit of pre-workout sugar as well. Alright, it tastes pretty good. Is it the same as the Prolific pre-workout? A little bit. A little bit. What does that remind me of though? I'm not going to lie, it's not great. It doesn't remind me as much of the Pez's as the smell does. It's almost got like a slightly alcoholic taste to it. It's got like a bit of a bitter aftertaste. It's interesting. I definitely prefer Ghost. I think I'm going to be going back to Ghost. Yeah, interesting. It's not as nice as the smell. It smells great and reminded me of these, but yeah, it tastes a bit like arse. Not that I know what arse tastes like, but maybe I do. It's pretty underwhelming, but hopefully it has the desired effect. Well, what a waste of pre-workout that was. I tell you what wasn't a waste, and that was 25 quid on this new Trojan Fitness jumper. I've been wanting to get some of the Trojan merch for a while, and they've just restocked it, so I jumped at the opportunity to get a little bit of drip. So yeah, today's session, not great, but there are positives to come out of it. Obviously, I only managed to work up to 150 kilos, but I did manage to rein in my ego a little bit, which is obviously what I was talking about earlier in the week. I wanted to go heavier, and I feel like I probably could have gone heavier because my adductor wasn't hurting, but I kind of knew it wasn't quite right. So I decided to cap it at 150 kilos, literally just did a single and live to fight another day basically. So Monday I've got deadlifts. I might have to use the same approach where I'm just really intuitive about how heavy I go, and that's just something I'm going to have to start getting better at, because Matt has told me that I need to get better at like understanding my body when I'm going into these sessions and not pushing it when it's not needed and I don't need to, because ultimately I'm not going to be competing until August, so I've got a long time to build up. I don't need to be hitting PRs and PBs now. I can afford to take it a little bit slow and build up. So that's something I just need to really ingrain. It's just a habit that I need to start incorporating in my training. But yeah, so I'm happy that I didn't hurt myself, obviously. I think maybe I need to start focusing on my squat and my deadlift the same way that I'm focusing on my bench at the moment, and that is really stripping it back. Although it's really boring, obviously I'm doing like 90 odd kilos on my bench at the moment, when obviously I was around that 150, 160 mark, but needs must at the moment. I don't want to be injuring myself constantly, so maybe that is what I need to do. Maybe really I need to strip it right back and then just build up slowly. Anyway guys, I think I'm going to pretty much wrap up the video there, because I haven't really got anything else to talk about, and that is the end of the week's training. Obviously it's been a very frustrating week of training, but there has been lessons to be learned, and you're never too good to take on new advice and learn new things basically. You know, I've been training 8 to 10 years, but I'm constantly still learning things about my body and how my body adapts to different stimuluses, and I don't think that ever goes away. I think you're constantly learning, and that's part of the fun, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going out this evening, which is going to be fun, hopefully, despite the fact that I'm not actually drinking at the moment. Obviously I'm 1 month into my 6-month alcohol ban, so I'm probably going to have to rely on the 350 milligrams of caffeine I've still got surging around my head, because that hasn't really been utilised in the gym today. So yeah, I have to be careful not to have too many Diet Cokes, because Diet Cokes still have caffeine in it, so I don't want to cook myself alive tonight. But yeah, probably be on the waters tonight, enjoying myself, just letting my hair down. Obviously can't go too crazy because I don't want to hurt my adductor, because that would be very stupid of me. But yeah, just going to enjoy my evening, let my hair down, and then back at it on Monday. So there we go guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave it a like if you have, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, peace!